Wait. What's this? Hold on. I forgot something. Yes.
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay. Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay. Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Woo. Okay. Excuse me. Welcome. Hello. Welcome to the Zero Ends channel station. I'm Zero Ends here with your news, your coverage, your look around the world, and all this. If you are new to the Zero Ends channel, welcome to Zero Ends. And how to subscribe to Zero Ends channel. You know the deal, you know the drill. You hit that top notification bell. And no, actually hit the subscribe button, then the top notification bell for the live streams and particularly book readings uploads here on the Zero Ends channel. Also, Zero Ends has TikTok now. Now, as y'all know, the politics that's going around TikTok it speaks for itself. And what's might going to happen, they're going to probably put like a stranglehold potentially with TikTok because they had the hearings of what they want to do move forward with this Chinese app, which, as you know, it adds on to this conversation at hand because, as you know, good portion of the African nations, including Uganda, we could say could be really fully invested in time or already could be owned by the Chinese. So like I said, everything is all timing at the end of the day. Yeah. And as I'm looking through surface, I'm trying to find the article of this. It looks like the article is somewhere around here. It is somewhere around here. Let me see. This is the one. This looks like this is the article. I think there may be more, but we're going to look at one of these articles and give more overall context of this. But as you know, this is from CNN. And I'm looking through some other things. Just do a little Google. All right, I'm gonna look. Okay, here we go. So this looks like this is the article. So let us begin. Make sure y'all leave a comment after this one. You can like the video as well, and or you can share it as well. But let's look into this. All right, and make sure everything's set up. There we go. Let's put it right here. Now, this is one of many articles that was passed like last week, March the 22nd, 2023. As you know, in America, and this is my thing, and this is done by another content creator, in regards to why would people that are a part of the group, the LGBTQ community, don't go directly to Uganda, meaning in mass of people that is, living the life, engage in the, degeneracy, or whatever you want to call it. Why they're not fighting for things and going into the heart of the heat of the battle? And yes, LGBTQ and what they call the rainbow flag itself is a nation within this nation now, unfortunately. And I never once thought about this or think about it, or even particular people have been talked about throughout the internet. One particular person went in detail about this. But I will have to agree that this is a nation within this own nation. And knowing this, that they do have some form of power. I think the power they have, mostly like most of us here in America, we have the power of our tongue. We don't really take on arms. We don't really, fight back with physical means. We usually go by words, salad, say things. Maybe go as far as, attend little rallies with little stupid signs. And this is somewhat called fighting. I mean, most nowadays, the fight now goes now even more little, how can I say, it's more cowardly. Now we go behind keyboards and we type up and put key phrase with emojis to fight what we don't like about certain systematical change. People that of that group, there's no exception to rule. They do the same like regular people now. And I think the reason why that is because a lot of people, Americans especially, Western men, Western women, we're soft. We're very soft. We're hoping that somebody will give us something without doing anything or living finger. And in a make-believe world, in a fantasy world, a Disney world, that's possible. But in the real world, you can't really cash no checks with that, especially if you don't got the money. So let's go into this. Oh, and matter of fact, do I have another? I forgot another website. And really, truly, I don't see, and I did not know there was a lot of homosexuals in certain parts of Africa like that, where the African Parliament, Uganda, Kenya, I'm not sure if it's Tanzania or any of them African countries, really put laws, like real laws, that will how can you say, suppress. And what's this? Wow. Damn. I ain't gonna put it in that chat room. Oh no. They talking about some other dumb stuff. And I'm scrolling down. I'm scrolling down. I'm scrolling down. This is very interesting. Intriguing. Oh. Damn. Wrong. What the fuck I'm doing? Hold on, guys. Before I start, I gotta find something. I'm missing something. I just noticed I missed something. I apologize, guys. I would start this stream, but I'm trying to find where is that crap. Let me see what's going on here. Hold on, guys. Oh, this is just garbage. Are you serious? Hold on. It's doing some weird stuff. Okay, I found the video. I did not share this. Let me do this. Okay, I found it now. All right, so me, I'll put it back. All right. Be patient, guys, because I had to move around some things. I forgot something. Where am I? Whew. And as you know, what's going on the internet, there's a lot of people that's still talking about this thing. And I see they talking, and I'm not gonna tell what I'm seeing, guys, because y'all laugh to it. Anyway, let's move forward with this content at hand. Let's read. CNN and Uganda. Hold on, let me do this, guys. I don't want that crap. Be doing that crap. That's getting annoying. All right. CNN Uganda lawmakers on Tuesday approved some of the world's harsh anti-gay laws, making some crimes punishable by death, and impose up to 20 years in prison for people identified as LGBTQ. Okay. The new legislation constitutes a further crackdown on LGBTQ plus people in the country where same-sex relations were already illegal, punishable by life imprisonment. It targets an array of activities and includes a ban of promoting and abating homosexuality, as well as conspiracy to engage in homosexuality, and they call Rutieri reports. According to the bill, the death penalty can be invoked for cases involving aggravated homosexuality, a broad term used in the legislation to describe sex acts committed without consent of under duress against children, people with mental and physical disabilities by a serial offender, or involves incest. Okay. And let's pause. And let me do this. What's this? Let me clean up my studio. Hey, so it seems to me that, you know, Uganda is not playing in regards to how to protect their own soil and land from people that are engaged in predatory activities like this. And if people understand the psychological consequence of engaged in these acts are pretty damaging in the long term of things, you know. Remember, years ago in America, and I could say outside the Western world, homosexuality was considered, like many new or existing illness, as a disease, mostly a mental disease, primarily. And because of this and how they want to shift and change how they want to handle and regulate and even go as far as control numbers of people. Because if people are left to their own device, either they're engaged in this behavior or not, one of the few things to really make things more spicy or accepted is to let something like this go. It's a point let it be legal, and even go as far as consider not even mental disorder. Because once you no longer quote unquote quote something is problematic and is cause detrimental to not only yourself but also children, it's accepted throughout the land. Now in America, as you know, as you're familiar, and let me make this myself bigger. As you're familiar, know it's bigger for a reason because let's be honest. Let's be honest. We have right now roughly over 300 and maybe 34, 33 million Americans in America. Outside America, there are a couple of countries that have either upwards of 100 million to even go as far as a few billion here. And one of the few things, like anything, how you clean the environment or how you're trying to regulate unwanted people to be in existence or burps. The next and final thing, instead of trying to give people, drugs, antiseptics, condoms, birth controls, the next and final thing is use what we call homosexuality. And how we could prove this, if you could remember during the days of Rome, and memory, many books, a lot of books been written about this, about how what happened that caused the fall of Rome. And it's more beyond the economic side of things. Matter of fact, that's where we get our first known forms of taxation, was when Europeans slash what they would call Romans create what we call taxes. Besides of their so-called rise of podiments and dominance, another things you see here in the Western world, you never heard anything about taxation, all this other stuff. Those are foreign, those are new things. But like I said, during time when most Europeans, and they have a lot of sculptures and statues of their degeneracy to show that this is the natural way of life. And because they let it run its natural course, it started to cut down the population of people. Now everybody said this is some rhetoric, this is nonsense. And I say, you know what? If it's a lie, you could use Google as your friend. And when you Google, find books that reference more in depth of this information. I cannot give you the books right now because some books I do not have at my disposal. I've heard of some books, and some books have gone in short details, but there are many books right now that's in existence, but you had to do your little research to find out more information. But let's keep going with the article because I don't want to, hold up this that I need to. A person who commits the offense of aggravated homosexuality and is liable on convictions to suffer death. Read the amendments which were presented by the chairperson for legal and parliamentary affairs, what they call Rubina Rakukjo. I think I pronounced this right. Opposition lawmakers Asama Basawara, I don't know if I pronounced that right, introduced the anti homosexual bill in 2023. The parliament says it aims to protect our church culture, the legal, religious, and traditional family values of Ugandans from the act that are likely to promote sexual promiscuity in this country. Now, if I do some research, I'm not sure if Uganda is a really Christian country or a Muslim country. I will Google that and I'll use certain tools to give verification. Let's keep going. The objective of the bill was to establish a comprehensive and enhanced legislation to protect traditional families. See right there, traditional families. Values, our diverse culture, our faith by prohibiting any form of sexual relations between persons of the same sex and the promotion of recognition of sexual relations between persons of the same sex. Basaral said on Tuesday. Lawmakers Fox Obi or Odell Walawi spoke out against the bill, saying it's what it called contravenes established international and religious human rights standards or conversations. I think that's how I pronounce it. As it's unfair, it limits the fundamental rights. Oh my guys. Faith, to prohibit any form of sexual relation. Okay. Lawmakers, Fox, okay. International and religious human rights standards, as it unfairly limits the fundamental rights of the LGBTQ person. Any Uganda LGBT advocate, Frank Magasha, told Reuters that the law could lead to massive arrests of LGBTQ people and mob violence against them, leaving people scared of being outed. The last time the legislation was around, there were cases of suicide. So this time, this many people would be worried about and be worried. Many people would be scared, he said. We will go to all courts in Uganda if needed be. We will go to international courts as well, but we definitely have to go to court and challenge the laws, added Magasha. All right. And the right advocates groups Human Rights Watch HRW warns earlier this month that the law would violate Uganda's rights. One of the most extreme features of the new bill is that it criminalizes people simply for being who they are, as well as further infringing on the rights to privacy and freedom and expression and association that are already comprised in Uganda. HWW or HRW, Uganda Research Orin Naiku, said in its statement that called a politician in the country to stop targeting LGBT or LGBT people for political capital. The bill is expected to eventually go to Uganda President, what it called Yoweri Museveni, for ascending. Museveni last week derided homosexuality as deviant. He derives homosexuality as deviant, which it is. Anti-LGBTQ plus sentiments is deeply entrenched in the highly conservative and religious East African nations. Uganda made headlines in 2009 when it introduced an anti-homosexual bill that includes a death sentence for gay sex. Wow. The country lawmakers passed a bill in 2014, but they replaced the death penalty cause with a proposal for life in prison. That law was ultimately struck down. But now they might do death penalty now, possibly. That's the end of this article. Let me see if I could find the bills of Uganda. I'm not sure. Can ChatGPT search for me on the internet? Let me see. Let me see. I'm going to look at I'm going to use another search engine, people. And let me see if this will be effective. And we love AI. What is all right? I'm looking at now. All right, let me share this. Let me stop sharing this. All right, and let's check the ChatGPT's version. As you can tell, that's what it's giving me right now. And it says Uganda has the rights to protection of the Ugandan Constitution and other international human rights treaties that Uganda has ratified. Some of the rights that Ugandans have include the right to life. Every person has the right to life, and no one shall operate, derive of their life. Next, the right to freedom of expression. Every person has the right to express themselves and to receive and important information without interference. Number 3, the right to freedom of assembly. Every person has the right to assembly and to demonstrate peaceful without arms. Number 4, the right to freedom and association. Every person has the right to form and joint association and unions. Number 5, the right to work. Every person has the right to work and to choose their profession or trade. Right to education. Every person has the right to education, and the government is obligated to provide free and compulsory education up to primary level. Number 7, the right to a fair trial. Every person has the right to a fair trial, and no one shall be convicted of offense unless proven guilty of the courts of law. And number 8, the right to equality. Every person is equal before under the law and entitled to the equal protection of and benefits of the law. And there are just some rights that you're going to have. It's important to note that these rights are not always fully respected, and there are ongoing efforts to ensure Uganda rights protection. Now that's Uganda. Now let's see Uganda's laws on homosexuality. Let's see what pulls up. I don't know if that's spelled right. Let me see. Let's see what comes up. Look what we have here, guys. All right, let's read. Homosexuality is illegal in Uganda, and the laws regarding homosexuality are some of the strictest in the world. So Uganda is the first in the nation that has the strictest laws dealing with homosexuality. The laws related to homosexuality are based on British colonial era legislation that was adopted into Uganda law. Under the current law known as Anti-Homosexuality Act 2014, any person convicted of homosexuality can face life imprisonment. The law is criminalized to promote of homosexuality, making it illegal for anyone to speak, publicize in support of LGBT rights. However, in 2019, the Uganda government announced that it is considered reintroducing the bill that would impose the death penalty for certain homosexual acts. This bill has not yet been passed into law, but it is causing concern among human rights organization LGBTQ activists. It is important to note that these laws are controversial, and have faced criticism from human rights organizations and government around the world. The law are seen and discriminatory and in violation of international human rights standards. Thank you, Mr. ChatGPT. Thanks. All right, that's it. That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's my time. Only thing I could say is this. To be fair, and they said that they might now look into, because that was 4 years ago now. So now they're trying to look into death penalties now. Now I'm not sure if I can go back to the article reading from the first page, first paragraph, but I think it did include that. Yeah, they deal with punishment by death now. So they will. This is my thing. I think, and mind y'all, I'm not really advocate of people that engage in degeneracy. We're not gonna do that over here. But let's say Uganda wants to go that direction. They're in their free will and their right to do so, because most of all African laws from past, present, and moving to the future are always a derivative of Eurocentric British or French laws from their colonists. People forgot to say that Uganda, I think, was once controlled by was it the French? I gotta double check who they were controlled one time. But they were not controlled by the British. I could be actually no, matter of fact, I'm wrong. They were controlled by the British. Uganda was, yes. So the laws that people are getting their feelings, these are all Euro-Roman central laws, Eurocentric laws from the homeland. And they are Christians. And now I just remember, what is the religion that Uganda plays? Oh, before I go, let me find that. Yeah, it's the most it's Christianity. I was right. And Islam is the second largest, but usually Ghana is all right. Let me read this. That's one thing I forgot. I wonder what type of religious fraction Uganda follows. And I'm gonna read it to y'all before I end this. Uganda is a religious, diverse country with no official state religion. However, Christianity is the most wide practiced religion, and is about 85% of the population identified as Christians according to 2014. And probably moving forward today, they still are Christians by the Pew Research Center report. This is now 9 years ago. Nothing has changed. Now, I mean, nothing has changed 9 years now. And they usually deal about the Catholic or Protestant. Islam is the second largest religion in Uganda, with about 13% of the population identified as Muslim, according to the same Pew Research. There are similar religious communities in Uganda, such as Boga, Baba, Hindus, Sukas, among others. Traditional African religions are also practiced by some Ugandans, particularly in rural areas. These religions vary depending on the ethnic groups and regions. It is important to note that religion tolerance is generally high in Uganda, and people of different religions coexist peacefully, and the country has a long history of what they call interfaith dialogues, and corporations and religious leaders often play significant roles in promoting social cohesion of national unity. All right, so that's pretty much it. There you have it. People that's part of the LGBTQ community are not going to go to Uganda and fight in the grounds of Uganda, because what is said earlier in this broadcast, most of them are Twitter followers. They're keyboard gangsters. They are, they'll go to Starbucks, drink coffee, and trust me, Starbucks got some good coffee. Now I think about it. But anyway, they're like that type of direction. Most of them will not go into the heart of the battlefield with their own flag within the nation of America, because as you can see, what has been laid on the docket in Uganda for those that is practicing can lose their life and may be sent to 20 years of prison, which 20 years of prison is a long time, depending on your age. I'm just saying. So what if you don't know? You know now. Unfortunately, you do know, because in Uganda, like the journalist said, he asked this one woman or this person a question. He asked him this:
Gay.
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay. Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay. Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Yeah. So that pretty much says it all. Look forward to hearing from your side of the story. Leave a comment. What's your thoughts and views about this? Do you think or believe that Uganda really will go forward with this? It's already presented to the president to this. And I think they're going to pass this personally. And the reason I say they're going to probably pass is because if you already have laws put in place on the docket for this, I could only conclude that you already made your full commitment that you're going to really tighten up the homosexuality in that part of Africa. So that's pretty much it. If you're new to the Zero Ends channel, welcome to Zero Ends. How to subscribe? You hit that red button, you hit the top notification bell for the live streams and uploads on Zero Ends. I also have TikTok now on Zero Ends. I will put that in the description for any other nice content. But other than that, thank you for watching. Oh, and make sure to leave a like and comment as well. Take care.